When you think of combinations, what are some goofy goober combos? Maybe ice cream and fries, basketball shorts and high heels, or religion and politics. But what if I told you a Marvel story of a time when Spider-Man became the Hulk? Green nipples, anger issues, toes that are larger than your head, he is this green Goliath. So let me take you on this journey of Smash or Pass in the Immortal Hulk Great Power comic. The story starts on a deep dark night and Bruce Banner is very confused. Usually during the night, the Hulk comes out of the Bruce Banner closet and starts smashing everything he sees. But for some reason, Hulk isn't coming out. That's because he doesn't have him. And we see Spider-Man with Bruce and he starts having a rager gaming headache and starts transforming into Shrek. And he starts swinging across New York, destroying everything in his path and yelling Osborn constantly. Bruce needs to react fast, so he calls upon some people to tame the situation, and those people are none other than the Fantastic Four. These blue Power Rangers go ahead and try to subdue this Goliath, and after the thing took a little bit of a beating, they work together and were able to put Spider-Man to sleep like he's a piece of shrimp. Bruce finds the team and tells them that they need to take Peter to a remote location where he can't hurt anyone, and after a simple and slightly impractical convenience later, Peter is back to having normal nips and is having a severe headache after all the things that he smashed. It's like if you were wearing noise-canceling headphones and the only thing playing on repeat was an Amy Schumer comedy show. That's how bad the headache is. Anyways, the Fantastic Four need to head back home, and Bruce is willing to take care of Peter on the island and deal with his Shrek cosplay obsession. So after a night of chilling, turning into the Hulk and more smashing, the Fantastic Four come back the next day to check up on the two dudes and give them some info. Apparently, someone very devious caused this power change, and that someone was Mr. Second Best Disney Plus show, Loki. And he took away Bruce's powers and transferred them to someone else, and that someone else is Spider-Man. So they only had one option if they want to fix this problem. They had to find Loki and twist his own nipples to the point where he reverses the spell. So after another simple and slightly impractical convenience later, they travel back to New York and find Loki in a place where every other New Yorker would be, chilling by a hot dog stand and eating some wieners. And they go on a lovely stroll like they're a high-class family going to watch the movie Encanto, and they talk about the smell and demand a switcheroo. But unfortunately, he can't redo it. My assumption is that he can redo it, it's just that he doesn't want to, but anyways, Loki was no help, so they need to think of something else. And they did. So this is where all the bogus science wonderland comes into play here. Apparently, the only way to fix this problem is for Bruce to absorb Spider-Man's Hulk powers back. But Bruce can't do that because he doesn't have any gamma in him. He needs gamma to absorb gamma. So the Fantastic Four decide to put Bruce and Peter in a little room, like that erotic dungeon in 50 Shades of Grey, and expose Bruce to the tiniest ounce of gamma so he has enough strength and power to subdue Peter and take the Hulk powers back. So that's exactly what happens. They put the two in the color room, bring them back to the empty island right before nighttime, expose Bruce to some gamma, and he starts becoming a little angry like he's a Twitter user. Spider-Man also turns into the Hulk because it's nighttime, and the two heroes start fighting like their kids wanted to watch either Ben 10 or Teen Titans. And after Spider-Man slapped him silly, Hulk was slowly absorbing his powers, and then he put him in a chokehold and took everything away from him like he's a sponge on steroids, and the Hulk and Spider-Man are back to normal. And after a heartfelt discussion about what it's truly like being the Hulk and how it's scarier than seeing an empty carton of milk, the story ends. And yeah, that's about it. Subscribe and I'll see you later.